Come on and give God some praise in this house. Come on, hallelujah, Jesus. Hallelujah, Jesus. Hallelujah, Jesus. Do you know what time it is? Do you know what time it is? And if I had a subtopic, it would be, it's time to wake a Rhema Word. It's time to wake a Rhema Word. And maybe you don't know what a Rhema Word is. But maybe you don't understand what a logos is. But God is going to give you a revelation on tonight. God is going to speak something into you on tonight. Ephesians 5:16 says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Verse 17 says, wherefore but ye not unwise, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And then if you go to Romans 13 and 11, it says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time, not no time, but it is at a high time, that it is at a crucial and pinnacle point in time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we first believed. That when we first believed, the night is far spent and the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light. Look at your neighbor and tell them, move past the logos and walk into a Rhema Word. In order to better understand a Rhema Word, you must need to know what logos means. And logos is Greek for speech or for word or for reason. It is a divine word. It is God's ability and desire to speak to His people through His written word. Rhema is a Hebrew word in which God, through a specific word at a specific time for a specific situation, begins to speak, and it is immediately applicable. What does that say? That it is immediately something that you can apply to that situation. Thus the word is made alive and manifested into action. What are you trying to say? That God's word, even in its logo state, becomes Rhema when it is in revelation. And when God gives you a revelation, that means He has action. And when it's action, therefore it is put into work.
Come on now, come on, hallelujah.
Do you know what time it is? When a question is asked, an answer must follow. Same as an action is done, a reaction must occur. The question being, do you know what time it is? The response found in Romans 13 and 11 says, to awake out of sleep. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Look at your neighbor and say, wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up on tonight. It is time to move past mediocrity. Move past infancy state. Well, what are you trying to say? It's good that you do certain things, yes. But sometimes, even in your infancy, you become a danger to those around you. Because we're still trying to look out for your feelings. We're still trying to tiptoe around you because you're still in your infancy state. But at some point, you better crawl and you gotta move. You have to move and you have to crawl, because in order for progress to happen, there has to be an action state.
Yes. Come on.
Yes. In order for there to be action, in order for there to be progress, there has to be an action state. A baby just can't lay on its back for too long. They have to begin to roll so that their functions and their motor skills begin to work correctly. That's how you know they are fundamentally and mentally developing. And once they begin to roll, then they roll over onto their stomach, and then they get into a crawling position. But they just don't run and leap and bound. No, they rock just a little bit to make sure their foundation is stable. Well, what are you saying? Is your foundation stable on tonight? Because if you're still rocking and going, and you're not going anywhere, then you're still in an infancy state. And if you're still in an infancy state, I have no use for you, because you're not even in a meeting yet, and you're still growing about that. Wake up. Move past complacency to awake out of stubbornness and pride. Wake up out of our egotistical mentality, out of all about I stubborn syndrome, and It's time to shift out of self and actively press for a higher calling, a higher anointing, a higher dimension. It's not just about this, but sometimes God needs us to press into the holies of holies. Yes. It is time to step on dry land. Well, what are you trying to say? Some of us have been like Noah in the sense that we're on a ship and it is confined. We are confined in these quarters, and a ship of independency is not a ship of independency at all, but it's a ship of deception. And while the flood was cleaning the outside, was making the world ready, while the flood was cleaning up the debris, what was in the boat was sinking fast. Well, what are you trying to say? It's an inventory check. Because while the flood was already cleaning up and God was fixing up on the outside, He began to fix up on the outside. Yes, the appearances is great, but on the inside you were sinking fast. Because why? It was hollow and empty. And although the things that you were harboring is not of good use, God still saw fit to bring you up on dry land. He still saw fit to let the waters recede a little bit. Well, what are you saying? Just because the scripture says that the Lord will lift up a standard, and when the floods are beginning to encamp around you, the word also says, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. So what is that telling me? I need to actively activate a Rhema Word. That ship, just like Noah, began to harbor temperamental and was sustained by materialistic things. Well, what are you trying to say? The boat was still sinking, and although it looked like it was on a float, and although it looked like it was steady, the boat was still sinking. Why? Because the spiritual side, if you look at it on a spiritual note, and you say, okay, well, if I was Noah and I'm in a boat that I built, that I combined myself in, and God receded the waters, what is stopping me from getting out of the boat? What is stopping me from getting out of my out of myself? We sent the raven out already. Yes. And he brought back an olive leaf. Or the dove. We sent out the bird. But the call was sent out. And evidence came back. And when the evidence came back, we did nothing. We stayed in the boat. But in Genesis 8, someone turn there, Genesis 8, the 8th chapter, and the 13th verse. It reminds me that God remembered Noah. Tell nobody to you like Jesus. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And if you go back to the 5th verse, it says, and the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. What are you saying? There's hope. The mountain tops are seen. From this desperate land, the mountain tops are still in view. What good is the salt if the salt has lost its savor? So yes, we can say, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, arise and come forth, O Rhema Word, because the call has already been given. The written word is here for yourself. This is the logo. But when you actively continue to press in this logo, it becomes a Rhema, because God begins to reveal something that is pertinent to your situation.